Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at more relationship stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. My boyfriend pushed over a child in the mall and I'm not sure what to do. Why would he do that? Yesterday, my boyfriend and I were doing some shopping at a mall downtown and we went to get lunch in the food court. We were going to get food from different places, so he waited in line with me. Then we'd go get his food, then we'd find a table. I was carrying my tray of food and we were walking towards Subway when an elementary school aged child, maybe 5 or 6, came around the wall running full speed. My boyfriend put his hand out in front of us in a stop motion, and when the kid made contact with his hand, my boyfriend pushed back and knocked the boy to the ground. He fell on the floor and was crying hysterically. The boy's parents came over and the father started pushing my boyfriend into the wall, demanding to know why my boyfriend hit him. And my boyfriend just said their son is old enough to know better than to run full speed in the mall. Because of the yelling between him and the father, we were all asked to leave the mall, and this was extremely embarrassing. I was surprised that my boyfriend really knocked a kid to the ground. He could have sort of put his hands out to brace for impact or something, and I think he took the threat of a running child too seriously. But when I share this, my boyfriend asks what I would do in that situation to protect him. What protecting is needed? And I don't like the fact that he doesn't think he's wrong for pushing a kid to the ground. There's like other ways to stop a kid from running, right? You don't have to like push a kid to the ground for them to learn. Just let them run into the wall themselves. Just let them trip themselves and they will learn, and let the parents parent them. He thinks he was completely reasonable in knocking this child over and that the parents should have taught the boy not to run indoors. To my boyfriend's credit, I was carrying a tray of food and wasn't entirely focused on what he was doing, but I clearly remembers his hand going out and then pushing the kid over from the shoulder when the boy made contact with him. My boyfriend says he had his hand out like if you were catching a dodgeball at the waist, and the boy tripped on his own when he collided. But I swear I saw a push. Oh, so he's a gaslighter too. In that situation, I would have put my arm out a little to have a little stop between me and the kid, just to stop a full force collision. Or I would have stepped out of the way if I wasn't carrying an awkward tray of food. I feel like my boyfriend could have been a little more gentle with how he handled the situation and then dealt with the parents. My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. He's sweet and kind, treats me well, and he gets along with my family. After this episode, I'm sort of second guessing the relationship. He has never reacted with anger or gotten into a fight in public before, and he has always been really good when spending time with my younger family members. But now I'm worried he's one running child away from a jail sentence, and I'm wondering that he's somehow hid that he's some sort of hothead from my whole relationship. I do not want to be in a relationship with somebody who's mean to children, but I don't know if I really saw what I saw. Oh, boy gaslighted her into thinking she didn't see what she saw. Isn't that crazy? It's like you see something and then your partner's like, you didn't see that. And then you're really like, maybe I didn't see that. Let's just say the girl was carrying something like hot. She had a tray full of food, right? Maybe he just wanted to prevent the kid from like, colliding into her, and then she can fall over and then the food's gonna fall into the kid and that's gonna be a lot worse. Well, that's just what I'm assuming. I'm just assuming he did that to protect his girlfriend, right? But then why did he say he didn't push the kid over? Alright, moving on. I noticed an unusual text suggestion on my husband's phone. My husband and I have been married for 4 years, together for 6. We play the NYT Wordle from time to time and share our results with each other when we solve them via text. Tonight he completed the puzzle, and when he clicked share, the options popped up to text with your most frequent or recent contacts with first iPhone. I was the first one as usual, and I'm usually followed by my stepdaughter, family or his friends. But tonight an icon I had not seen before was between mine and my stepdaughter's. It was a pink circle with an emoji of a woman with a brown ponytail making a kissy or winking face. I was sitting at my desk next to him so I couldn't see the name, and he closed it pretty quickly, but I'm sure that is a new contact. He then opened his text and went straight to mine, acting like he was confirming that it was sent. But it was suspicious, like he opened the text app just to make sure I saw that pink bubble wasn't on the first page of his text or something. It wasn't, but that's even more strange, right? His phone is suggesting it as a share option after only me, but I didn't see it in the first 8 or 9 seconds in his phone. I don't go through my husband's phone, but I've always told him he's weird about letting me use it, and he tends to turn it on around me like I'm just overreacting to a reasonable expectation of privacy on his end. But again, it's not like I've ever told him to let me read his text or anything like that. I leave my phone at home or in my car very often when we are out, so if he's driving, I'll grab his phone to get directions, put up in maps, or search for a restaurant, and it's always such a weird ordeal. He takes his phone out of my hand, unlock it with Face ID, and goes to the map app himself before handing it back to me while he's driving. Sometimes he acts like he can't get to his phone in his pocket or says, oh, never mind, we don't need directions, I can find it. When he realizes I don't have my phone. Maybe I'm just different. I let him use my phone, especially if I'm driving. I'll ask him to text someone, get directions for us, take a picture, etc. My phone isn't with me most of the time. I just leave it sitting around in the house and often leave home without it. He always has his with him, which is great for someone who's constantly forgetting theirs, but he definitely is reluctant to let me use it even briefly. Maybe I shouldn't judge him for simply not being like me. Yeah, well, he's definitely talking to someone else. Because honestly, that share button, the people that come up, it only comes up if you text them recently or like often. So something is suspicious. And just because, the contact was not there in messages, it could be like another app, right? There are so many apps. There's like WhatsApp, there's Discord, there's Messenger, there's every single app out there. He doesn't only have to be texting on messages. So yeah, a bit sus. I don't know why she's like, running around circles just to get back at the same place. Honestly, girl, if you have a problem with it, just confront him and be like, who's that? I've never seen that person before. Who is it? Is that your new friend? Where do you meet? Do you guys talk often? Let me see what you guys talk about. If he's like not okay with that, suspicious. And if he can't show her, then yeah, there's something going on. But I also don't get the last paragraph where she was like, I never take my phone with me. That's a you problem. You should always take your phone with you. Who forgets their phone at home? Unless she has like an Apple Watch that can call and text, I guess that's fine, right? But like most of the times you should bring your phone. I think it's just better to bring your phone for safety and all that stuff. So yes, girl, you should remember to bring your phone. She was really like, I don't know if he's different to me, but I never bring my phone and he always has his phone on him. Like every normal person has their phone on them. So yeah, she should just ask him like, what's up? No, who is that? Because she's definitely not going to get an answer if she's just going to be like overthinking everything. But seriously, people, someone who has nothing to hide, they will not be acting suspicious when you hold their phone. My boyfriend is expecting wife duties from me, but is unable to provide. All right, tell them to get lost then. Why do you want a wife, but you can't even be a husband? I have been single for the past 5 years with no kids, and I've spent that time building a life I'm really proud of. I've always been independent, never needed anyone to help me, and I've done everything for myself. However, I lost my job in November, and although I've been applying to jobs, I've been doing side hustles to make ends meet. I'm also in the process of starting my own business since finding a traditional job has been challenging. I've been dating my boyfriend for a couple of months. He's very persistent about wanting to marry me and start a family, which is something I thought I wanted during my single years. However, now that we're having these discussions, it doesn't feel right. He expects me to cook for him and have food ready when he gets off work. He also wants me to clean his apartment, move in with him, and start a life together. While I don't think any of these things are unreasonable, I'm struggling with the dynamic. I feel like I'm giving up my independence and life to meet his expectations, especially since he falls short when it comes to fulfilling what I believe are the responsibilities of a provider. Only a couple of months? That's a red flag. You've only been dating this guy for a couple of months and he already wants you to move in and like be a mom to him, be a maid? No thanks. No thank you. Every time I ask him for something, whether it's financial support or help, he says he doesn't have the money. He's in a similar position to me, working a dead-end job because the job market is tough right now. While I understand this may not be permanent, it makes it hard for me to want to play the role of the wife when he can't fulfill the role of a husband. I'm torn because a part of me feels like I should give this relationship and his vision for our future a chance, but another part of me feels like I'm giving up too much of myself for a situation where the expectations aren't balanced. At least she knows, right? Why does he want her to play a wife when he can't even play a husband? I'm like turned off. No thank you. Come live with me so you can like clean for me, cook for me. Every single time I'm off of work, you better have dinner ready for me. Boy, you ain't rich enough to be saying stuff like that. Even if you was rich enough, that's still not something you should say to your wife. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.